How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. I'll do my intro in just a minute, but I don't want to do it during this whole ringtone, so we'll start right now. Or continue, I should say. Maho looked troubled. I didn't want Kirisu hearing this either. I didn't know what to do. And then I remembered. The world line where I'd spent a month during wartime. I remembered that the Amadeus Kirisu was being used by the US military there. I still didn't know what that meant. I stared at my phone screen. Should I answer it, or should I talk to Daru first?
でもびっくりしたよな。まさか真帆たんがオカリンと知り合いだったとはね。前にメイクインで鉢合わせした時はどうしようかと思ったっつーの。すぐに合点がいったけどね。マキセ・クリス氏っていう共通の友人がいたわけだから。でも真帆たん、オカリンにはこの件内緒にしとくって言ってたのに、結局打ち明けたん？
見抜かれたという言い方が正解ね。
ああ、なるほどね。
Daru nodded and grabbed some snacks off the table to gobble down. I put the smartphone in my pocket. Okay, I was sort of waiting for that to end because boy is that loud. But welcome back to Steins Gate 0, everyone. My name is Michael SK. I don't know if I said that part of the intro yet. But last time, we got the bad ending. I made sure with my good buddy Aura, but yeah, that is definitely the bad ending. Easy to see. Things kind of just went to straight shit. I don't even remember what exactly happened. It was just not a good time. So now we're back at this part. This is where we came to confront Daru about the whole that she is the one, Maho's the one who actually came to him as the client. To try and crack Kirisu's laptop. I'm sure there is more to it. I really don't remember because it's obviously been a while since I've touched this game, and I'm sorry. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I've been kind of focused on that, among other things, so my deepest apologies. I know we're really at the end here. We literally are. I don't know how many more episodes we'll have to go, but well, according to Aura, we're definitely at the end. So we'll read on and see where this brings us, but I was actually just thinking, because I was saying this before, what's going to happen if we don't answer the phone and get out of here because, people are coming after us. Kirisu is the one who warned us, but what if the Amadeus app is already tapped into, and by answering that call, that's how we would get caught? Maybe that was the case. I don't know. But anyways, put the smartphone in my pocket. For now, I needed to focus on talking to Daru.
で、僕に話って？
とぼけるな。ヒアジョーさんと一緒にいるんだ。わかるだろ。クリスが残したノート PC とハードディスクだ。出せ。
岡部さんにはパスワードの答えが分かったの？
答えなんてわからない。
どういうこと？
俺が言いたいのはただ一つだ。そのノート PC を解析しようなんて真似は今すぐやめろ。その PC の中には世界を混沌へ導くほどのとんでもないものが眠ってるかもしれないんだ。おい、聞いてるのか
？12秒打つ。
あなたってそういう人だったのね。
違う、こっちは大真面目なんだ。法院巨魔とかそういうんじゃなくて。
12秒打つ。
12秒じゃないんだって。
I slammed my hand down on the table. The shock was enough to cause one of the empty cans on the table to fall to the floor.
いいか、聞いてくれ。これは鈴葉とも関連している話だ。
鈴葉？
お前だって知ってるだろう。鈴葉の使命のことは。
詳しく。
中鉢論文だ。
That was enough for Daru to understand.
マジで？
最初からマジだ。
そっか。ま、だいたいそんなところじゃないかって予想はしてたけど。
Daru didn't say another word. He opened a locked, fire-resistant case that was sitting on one of the racks. There was a laptop and a hard drive hidden within.
それが。
The laptop was a deep red Japanese model with a 12-inch LCD screen. The hard drive was American, from a brand known for equipping its drives with a shock-resistant rubber case. The laptop and hard drive that Kirisu had left behind.
確認だが、結局セキュリティは破れなかったんだよな。
まあ、僕たちの作ったソフトの前にはどんなハッカーもお手上げっつうことで。
もうこれ以上解析はするな。
一応依頼料をもらってるわけだが。
He looked apologetically towards Maho. She was glaring at me.
さっきも聞いたけど、あなたたちはクリスの事件について一体何を隠しているの？
真実を知ろうとすることが必ずしも正しいとは限らない。
それはあなたの考えよ。判断すべき情報も提示してくれないなんて。
危険なんだよ。君だってこの間襲われたんだ。それは分かってるはずだろ。
私はナイトの後ろに隠れているだけの臆病者になりたくないわ。科学者として真実にたどり着く努力をやめたくないのよ。たとえそこにどんな危険が潜んでいるとしてもね。
分からずやだな。
もし私がクリスだったとしても多分そう言うんじゃないかしら。違う？
Got him there. I was startled. Maho was right. I remembered having this same conversation with Kirisu. It was when we were looking into CERN, I think. Oh yeah. That was actually an interesting time. Like, not a lot was happening.
ちゃんと話すしかないって。
Like, not a lot was happening at that point. They were still learning. It was all an interesting experience, and I think the anime did a good job, but there was so much build up that felt so good in the visual novel.
誰？
何をどう言っても納得しないって顔してるよ、マホタンは。
ええ、納得しないわ。
それに中途半端に関わってる方がかえって危ないんじゃね？オカリンの言うことがマジならだけどさ。
Daru had a point. At this rate, Maho could very well get herself in deep trouble without realizing what she'd done. Just the fact that she was carrying Kirisu's belongings made her a part of the Third World War, but she had no idea. That computer wasn't just something to remember an old friend by anymore. It was at the center of an international power struggle. Russian-speaking arsonists had forced their way into Kirisu's home in America. Afterward, mysterious men claiming to be in the FBI had searched Dr. Leskinen's lab. This whole thing was on the verge of exploding. And people like me were nothing in the face of a war between nations.
鈴葉に関連することも話すことになるぞ。ダル、お前はそれでいいのか？
しょうがないっしょ。
I turned back toward Maho.
ヒアジョーさん、一つだけ約束してくれないか？君は科学者だ。しかも極めて理性的な人だと俺は信じている。感情に任せて迂闊なことはしないでくれ。軽率なことはしないでくれ。
Don't be like I once was.
これから話すことは突拍子もないことだ。馬鹿げていると思うかもしれない。けど事実なんだ。だから
回りくどい言い方はやめて。一体私に何を誓わせたいの？
マキセ・クリスを救おうなんて絶対に考えるな。
Her mouth hung open like she didn't understand what she had just heard.
クリスを
Like, we understand what Okabe's talking about, but to her, doesn't make any sense.
それが約束できないのなら話すつもりはない。どうする？
救える可能性があるということ？
そう思えるかもしれないが、実際には可能性はゼロだということだ。
さっきも言ったでしょ。判断すべき情報も与えられていないのだから安易に回答は出せない。教えて、すべてを。
I took a deep breath and began to tell her the story. And oh boy, is it a long one. I told her about the time machine, about Suzuha, and about the Third World War, and about the relationship between Kirisu and Dr. Nakabachi. And that was supposedly Dr. Nakabachi's theory was actually based off of Kirisu's writings. I told her that the original copy of Kirisu's work might be hidden on her laptop or hard drive. And I told her that Russia and America might be fighting over it. As for how Kirisu died, I decided to skip that, and Okabe did the same thing, I believe, in the bad route. When Maho was when she was brainwashed, I guess you could say. Maho was silent the whole time I spoke, with a confused expression on her face. She looked like a girl who just graduated to middle school, and who was staring at a string of equations on a blackboard that were like nothing she'd ever seen before. Her expression didn't change even when I finished.
それ、本当の話なの？作り話ではなく。
I don't know if anyone could ever make up as something obscure as this. Well, I guess someone had to in order to make the story of all of Steins Gate for visual novels and anime, but that's something else. Maho was asking Daru, not me.
まあね。
やっぱり信じられないか？
別にそういうわけじゃないわ。ただ私の予想とあまりにもかけ離れていたものだから思考が追いつかないの。
君の予想というのは？
Yeah, I'm curious too.
アマデウスの軍事転用のことじゃないかと考えていたのよ。
軍事転用？
クリスは精神生理学研究所にもよく出入りしていたんだけど、時々場違いな連中がそこにやってくるって言ってたの。どうも国防総省の人じゃないかって。
Russia, the FBI, and now the United States Department of Defense. This was getting even more suspicious.
アマデウスで人を殺せるのか？どうやって？
例えば百戦錬磨のパイロットから記憶データをコピーして無人戦闘機の制御に使うとか。あと以前話した医療への応用覚えてる？
人間の脳へ記憶データを書き戻すってやつかな？
そう。記憶データを修正した上で書き戻しが可能になれば恐怖を感じない兵士やどんな非道な任務でも平然と遂行する部隊なんていう恐ろしいものまで作れてしまう。
うわ、まるでハリウッド映画じゃん。
Did this mean reality had caught up to books and movies?
私はてっきりクリスがそういった実験の証拠を偶然知ってしまったんじゃないかと思っていたの。
だからクリスは狙われたと？
ええ。
Maho picked up the laptop. Its red body was evidently made out of some kind of magnesium alloy, and it was a lot lighter than it looked.
でもまさかタイムマシンとはね。
いずれにしてもそれはすぐに破壊した方がいい。
中身を確認もせず、あなたが言う論文が入っているとは限らないわよ。
中身はもう関係ないんだよ。クリスが残した遺産がこの世に存在している。それだけで戦争の火種になりうるんだ。
She still didn't seem satisfied.
でもこれはクリスが生きていたという証、クリスが残した意志なのよ。
You know there's other bits of proof that she was alive.
それをあっさり葬り去るなんて。
その中身を知ることで今度は君が狙われるかもしれない。
そうだけど。
If this wasn't working, maybe I needed to try another approach.
その PC のパスワード、クリスには当然聞いてみたんだろう。アマデウスだよ。
もちろん最初に試してみたわ。
でもダメだったんだな。
Maho nodded.
おかしいよな。普通は知っているはずだろう。でもアマデウスのクリスは知らなかった。それなら考えられる可能性は一つだ。クリス本人がアマデウスの知らないうちにパスワードを変更した。なぜそうしたと思う？中身を知られたくなかったからじゃないのか？死者の墓を暴くような真似はやめよう。な。
暴くなんて、そんな言い方。ごめんなさい。確かに岡部さんの言う通りかもしれないわ。私クリスにこだわりすぎているのかもしれない。
Wow, you don't say.
君がクリスのことをとても大切に思っていることはよくわかるよ。だがこればかりは手を出さない方がいい。パンドラの箱どころか地獄の釜の蓋になりかねない。
中二病つ
いちいち茶化すな。
But little did Okabe know that it would have been a gateway to hell. And that's pretty much what we saw. Maho hugged the laptop tight to her chest and sighed.
了解したわ、岡部さん。今起こっている事態そのものは理解した。まだ頭の整理はついてないけどね。このノート PC は破棄しましょう。
ありがとう。
I was so glad she understood.
やっぱり大した人だ君は。
何が？
普通こんな話は花から否定するか否定しないまでも全て疑ってかかるかどっちかだろ。
買いかぶりすぎよ。いつもの私だったら否定どころか聞く耳すら持っていないわ。科学者っていうのはね、本来どんな些細な可能性であっても否定すべきではないんだけれど、得てして自分の主義主張や常識に固執する傾向にあるから。
じゃあ今回はなぜ？
そこにマキセ・クリスが関わっているからよ。
Maho's smile was bitter.
タイムトラベル理論？タイムリープマシン？冗談じゃないわ。そんなもの存在してたまるものですか。でもね、クリスならやりかねない。
Well...
いつだって私の常識を破壊し尽くしてきたのはあの子なんだから。 。
そうか。
That's right. Her Amadeus login ID was Soleri. I almost said that, but stopped myself. It seemed to me like that ID held some kind of gloomy meaning to her as a scientist, and yep, it does.
で、依頼料はどうするん？実はマホタンにもらった分さ、今月末発売のエロゲー予約で使っちゃったんだよね。
お前、最低だな。
Yeah.
そのための裏バイトなんだっつうの。
いいわ。お金を返してだなんて言いません。もともとダメ元で頼んだのだし。
言っとくけど、あと3日あればパスワード突き止めて解析完了してたから、これはガチ。
そういうことにしておくわ。
Maho smiled and turned back to me.
ちなみに、一応証拠は見せてほしいんだけれど。
証拠？
どこかに置いてあるんでしょ？そのタイムマシン。それと、鈴葉さんに一度話を聞きたいわ。
それはどうだろうな。
And Daru had agreed to it, but still I told Maho about the time machine without asking Suzuha. We'd just gotten into a fight, and I really didn't want to bring this up with her. But even showing Maho the time machine would mean I'd need to get Suzuha's permission, and that made it difficult.
ダル。鈴葉に話を通すのはお前から。
What? That kind of freaked me out. Before I could finish my sentence, the intercom on the desk beeped.
もう、大事な話してんのになんだお。
His tone was the same as ever, but I didn't miss the sudden flash of tension across Daru's face. I got a bad feeling about this.
もしもし、なんかあったん？
Daru flipped through several channels on the security monitor as he continued to talk on the phone. All 6 monitors had been displaying the interior of the store, but now they showed the entrance to the building, the emergency exit, the corridors, the elevator hall, and the emergency stairs. So we had cameras not just inside the building, but outside it too? But this was no time to be impressed. The images were covered in white, snowy static. But I could see strange figures on the screens.
なんだこいつら。
The entrance to the building. The first floor elevator hall. The 7th floor elevator hall. The 7th floor emergency stairs, and in front of the cosplay shop. There had been nothing there a moment ago, but now there were 4 men standing in each of those 5 places. They were silent and did not speak to one another. There were around 20 of them in all. Some were wearing suits, others typical Akihabara fashions, yet others were wearing military camo. Individually, none of them would really stand out in Akihabara. But the fact that so many people had all come to this lonely building at once seemed terrifying.
オキドキ。ここは放置するわ。君も適当に逃げるといいよ。ほんじゃ。
Evidently, he had been talking to the man at the front counter. He put down the intercom and looked at us.
つうわけで、逃げるべ。
Well, yeah.
え？
Daru pulled out a backpack and began tossing hard drives, memory cards, and other pieces of equipment into it.
そのノート PC もプリーズ。
Maho stood there blinking as she handed him Kirisu's laptop and hard drive.
おい、あいつらは誰だ？
やっぱりクリスの PC が狙われているの？
さあ、どうかな。僕もいろいろやらかしてるからさ、こういうこと今までにもあったし。ま、だからこそ裏のバイトなわけで。
おいおい。
Daru took the laptop and hard drive from Maho, threw them into the backpack, and then slid it onto his back.
そもそも逃げるってどうやって？店の入り口には連中がいるんだぞ。
いやー、この場所気に入ってたのにな。ついに放棄か。
Despite his tone, his expression was still serious. He walked to the corner of the room. There was a life-size poster of a golden-haired Vocalo stuck to the wall.
リンタン、ちょっとごめんよ。
Daoryu carefully took the poster off the wall, making sure not to damage it. There was a glass door hidden behind it, which led out to a concrete veranda.
こっちだお。
Wait, that was how he was going to escape? But this was the 7th floor, right? There wasn't time to worry about it. Daoryu went out to the veranda without bothering to wait for us. I pushed Maho forward and urged her to go ahead of me. The veranda was filled with junk, just like the inside. The floor was covered with old PCs and monitors, as well as old arcade games that were clearly broken. There was barely any place to stand. But that meant that as long as you ducked down a little, there was probably no way you could be seen from outside. Maybe he'd set this up deliberately so he could use it in case of an emergency. Daoryu is a smart man. We don't give him enough credit. Maybe because of his addictions, but that's something else. From there, we escaped like we were in a spy movie. We removed the board that connected this veranda to the next one, moved down to the room at the edge of the building, and then used the emergency ladder to get to the 2nd floor. It was an empty space that Daoryu rented with some of his acquaintances, and we were able to use the bathroom to escape as an unused room in the next building. My blood ran cold when Daoryu got a call that the men in front of the cosplay shop had broken in. From there, we planned to escape from the next building's emergency exit. The emergency exit there led out to a different alleyway than the one we'd originally come in, so in theory, they shouldn't have been able to find us. But we were naive. The narrow alleyway between the buildings was dark and deserted. They were waiting for us there, as if they'd known exactly where we were going. Oh no. We were caught off guard, and before we could run, one of them grabbed Maho. And then there was no way for us to resist. They grabbed Daoryu and me, twisted our arms behind our backs, and slammed us to the ground. But it wasn't the group who attacked us in the building. They were all wearing full-face masks, motorcycle suits, and leather jackets. One of them, the girl holding down Maho, was clearly a woman. There was only one woman I knew who'd attack us while dressed like that. I was right. I knew that voice. I could tell even with her helmet hiding her face. So you're telling me that Moeka is still doing this shit, and I'm assuming... I can't remember her name. Oh, Kaguri, that's her name. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm assuming Kaguri is the other one. Though that doesn't make sense. I was talking with Hora about this, but it doesn't make sense with who is who with the motorcycle suits. Unless at times it really is Moeka, and at other times it's Kaguri, like in these world lines. But in the other branch, when we actually were face-to-face with Kaguri, a lot of the time, she wasn't that sort of person. Instead, it definitely was Moeka. But I'm not sure. She held Maho with her left arm, and took out a military knife with her right. She put the knife up to Maho's throat. The horrible memories came flooding back to me. Whether it had happened in a different world line or not, the merciless voice that had taken Mayuri from me was right here. I gritted my teeth so hard it hurt, and glared at the woman in the motorcycle suit. I forced myself to speak, and the woman in the motorcycle suit took the knife away from Maho's neck. She handed her over to one of the other men. And then she took off her helmet. Oh, god damn it. Moeka Kiryu. So it was you after all.
あるの？
Her eyes were completely devoid of emotion, just like they were on August 13th. I was forced off the ground by one of the others, but my arm was still twisted upwards. I tried as hard as I could not to scream from the pain.
まず手を離せ。これじゃちゃんと話もできない。
Moika slightly nodded to the other men. The hand that was holding me drew back. I could finally move again. Daru was released too, and he stood up, mumbling something. But Maho was still in their hands.
ヒアジョー博士と交換。
誰？リュックを貸せ。
あ、うん。
Daru was about to take off his backpack.
ダメよ、渡しちゃダメ。
ヒアジョーさん、おとなしくしててくれ。そいつは本当に君を殺す。脅しじゃない。でも自分の論文のために君が死んで、それでクリスが喜ぶのか。
Maho looked like a small child on the verge of tears. Still glaring at Moika, I took the laptop and hard drive out of the backpack.
これだ。
リュックごと渡して。
先にヒアジョーさんを解放しろ。
She didn't respond. Fine then. I'd have to bluff.
複合化するパスワードを知りたければ、俺たちを出し抜こうとするな。
I put the two items back in the backpack and handed it over to her. It was all I could do to keep my voice from quaking.
こいつはパスワードがなければ絶対に起動することができない。世界中のハッカーがサジを投げた代物だ。俺たちの安全が保証されたら教える。こいつを渡した途端に殺されたんじゃたまらないからな。
Of course, I had no clue what the password was. If they had found that out, we were doomed. And I'm not exactly sure where Okabe's going with this plan. They're going to eventually find out he doesn't know the password, and at that point, we're fucked. Daru was giving me a questioning glance. I ignored it. Keep your damn mouth shut, Daru.
確かに、そうね。
Alright, she fell for it. That meant...
それじゃあ、誰か一人、私たちと来てもらう。二人は今すぐに解放する。その後、パスワードが正しければ、残り一人も解放する。
Damn, that's not good enough.
それはダメだ。残る一人の命の保証がない。
なら、三人とも来てもらうだけ。
This woman. I could feel cold sweat on my back. I'd never been involved in a life or death deal before, and I had no idea what to do next.
明日至る。こっちへ。
僕？
あなたはスペシャリストだと聞いている。リュックを持ってこっちへ。
いや、
あなたが来るなら他の二人はここへ置いていってもいい。
待て！だったら俺が行く。それでいいだろう。
あなたのことは上から何も聞かされていない。パスワードを知っているかどうかもわからない。
Damn, she saw through me. Moika put the knife back to Maho's neck.
明日至る。早く来て。
そういうセリフはもっとエロいシチュの時にお願いしたいわけだが。
Man, this really isn't the time for that. Daru was joking, but his whole body was shaking. What do I do? They were going to kill Daru. I thought as fast and as hard as I could, excuse me there, but nothing came to me. In this world line, Daru was going to live until 2036 and complete the time machine. And that much was clear from Suzuha's testimony. If the world lines were going to converge, even if Moeka took Daru here, he wouldn't be killed, right? No, but that didn't mean I could leave him here. One of the men with Moeka was looking at his watch. She noticed it too. They might have felt that they were taking too much time with a kidnapping done in broad daylight. I hoped that somebody might wander by, but there was no counting on that stroke of luck. I needed to solve this myself instead of relying on others.
誰か殺してみせればいい?
I felt a cold knife pressed hard against my carotid artery, excuse me.
Okarin!
Daru and Maho were screaming, but suddenly it all seemed unreal, like it was taking place in a distant world. They say that's what happens whenever someone is confronted with their own death. And it was happening to me now. I can't die either way, right? I tried asking myself that. I tried asking Suzuha even though she wasn't here. I tried asking the world. Of course, nobody answered. The fact that I might not die didn't mean I could do something stupid here. A normal college kid like me would be too scared to move once they had a knife to their neck. I'd seen people die many times, and I'd almost been killed, but I never did get used to it. Thoughts of Kirisu's blood came back into my mind, and I almost suffered a flashback. My body shook, and it was all I could do to keep from collapsing to the ground. Was there nothing else I could do? Well, someone's here. Just when I was about to give up, a black van pulled up and braked hard at one end of the alley, blocking us in. The sliding door opened and out poured men carrying ARs. Ugh. They were all wearing gray military uniforms and face masks. Their eyes were the eyes of trained soldiers. From their huge frames and the color of their skin, it was clear they weren't Japanese. I immediately realized that this was all real. It wasn't cosplay or anything like that. Those guns were real and a battle was about to begin. My experience with the August 13th attack and the war zone I'd lived in until only a few days ago came back to me. It didn't matter who was friend or foe. Moeka moved the instant I spoke. She saw the attackers and jumped into the shadow of a nearby building. The other rounders spread out too. They let go of Maho, who was standing up, confused, in the middle of the alley.
Maho, sit up!
The man who was holding me was the only one who reacted a bit too slowly. Uh-oh. There was a sharp noise and a bullet went through the helmet of the rounder who was holding a knife to my throat. As he went down, I went down with him, and I hit the ground hard. The impact made me let go of Daru's backpack. One of the other rounders grabbed it off the ground and ran in the opposite direction of the van. A man got out of the van, evidently the commander, and barked orders in what sounded like Russian. One of the soldiers turned their gun on the fleeing rounder. Damn. Her body flew up off the ground as both she and the backpack were torn open. The contents of the backpack fell to the ground, scattering across the asphalt. The laptop and hard drive were hit with more gunfire than possibly could have been necessary. Kirisu's laptop and hard disk were turned to unrecognizable scrap in just a few seconds. I crawled behind a light pole without even bothering to look. It really all happened in an instant. I looked around and the Russian soldiers were running toward us. Moeka and her rounders had vanished at some point, leaving only the two bodies. The soldiers silently recovered the remains of the laptop and hard disk, picked up the bodies of the two rounders, and got right back in their van. They didn't even pause to look at us. There were only a couple of minutes between the time when they arrived and when they left. all that were left were fragments of little fragments lying on the ground. The blood from the two bodies. Maho, who was lying on the ground and shaking. Daru, who was standing in shock behind one of the buildings. And me lying on the ground. My heart had been pounding the whole time. I only felt the pain in my neck after it was all over. Evidently the knife had cut me a little when I'd fallen. A while later, we finally heard the sirens of a police car. And it was only then I remembered that I was in Akihabara, Japan. The Third World War may have started long ago, and we just didn't know it. I realized that in the face of a war between nations, we truly were powerless. Holy shit, what a predicament. I really was not expecting that coming into this. Like, I was pretty sure that we were going to get attacked at some point, and yes, we were. And we didn't have anyone to, warn us, like in the other route. But holy shit. Everything kind of just happened there. So we'll end this one, where we're out of time, and I'm cold, and tired, and a little hungry. So we'll end this one here. And next, I guess we'll see what everyone's how everyone's reacting to all that. But I'm pretty sure at this point we're on our way to the final ending. Two endings probably. They're gonna pull the original Steins Gate sort of deal, and they'll give us one ending, roll the credits, and then halfway through be like, oh yeah, we're actually not done, and then give us more story. They could pull that, but according to Aura, we're on the right track to wrap this up. So stay tuned, guys. We're almost done with Steins Gate 0, but I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy.